never. Insulate, never paint, you get both. Someday, all siding will be made like this. But why wait until someday when you can have ABC seamless siding now?
Are you tired of seeing your hard-earned money being thrown out the window? Does it seem like your energy bills are constantly rising? ABC Seamless Siding, insulation, and energy-efficient windows can help you lower your energy bills. With ABC Seamless, you can make your home more beautiful on the outside and save money too. As an energy-conscious consumer, I fully endorse ABC Seamless Siding. Call today. They will show you how cost-effective ABC Seamless really is.
This is CNN.
This is Newsnight, reporting the events that will shape tomorrow.
Hello and welcome. I'm Susan Rook. Coming up on Newsnight, a speech designed to heal the U.S. economy and revive the Bush administration. Sparks fly between two powerful Democrats and growing efforts to open the Kennedy files. First, tonight, President Bush delivered his State of the Union address, an important speech that could go a long way in determining the state of the Bush administration. It was his chance to seize the initiative in the struggle for a second term. The president detailed plans to pump up the flat economy and cut back the global arms race. CNN's Mary Tillotson reports.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
The turning point, the defining moment, the domestic equivalent of Desert Storm. A tall order for the president to fill as he strode into the well of the House to deliver his prescription for the ailing economy.
And let me tell you right from the start and right from the heart, I know we're in hard times, but I know something else. This will not stand. In this chamber, we can bring the same courage and sense of common purpose to the economy that we brought to Desert Storm. And we can defeat hard times together.
With the collapse of the Soviet Union as a strategic threat, Mr. Bush confirmed he will cut the Pentagon budget deeper than planned, $50 billion more over 5 years.
These cuts are deep, and you must know my resolve. This deep and no deeper.
But with his own political fate riding on economic recovery, the president devoted most of his speech to challenging the Democrat-controlled Congress to pass a recovery package in less than 2 months.
And I'm asking you to pass it by March 20th. And I ask the American people to let you know they want this action by March 20th. From the day after that, if it must be, the battle is joined. And you know, when principle is at stake, I relish a good fair fight.
Among the changes Mr. Bush will make on his own to try and jumpstart the economy, a 90-day review of regulations to see they do not hamper business growth, rewriting federal income tax withholding requirements to cut down on over-withholding. But most of the president's proposals would take congressional action. To help parents, he wants to add $500 to the personal exemption for every child. To help renters and the real estate industry, a $5,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers this year, and penalty-free use of individual retirement accounts to buy first homes. To spur investment, lowering the capital gains tax from 28 to 15%. That's the tax on profits from the sale of assets. Such a steep cut is a White House concession to Hill conservatives, but also likely to trigger criticism from Democrats that it's another trickle-down tax break for the rich. House Speaker Tom Foley gave the Democratic Party's response to the president.
We will not agree to do the wrong thing simply for the sake of doing something. In short, we seek a fundamental change from the unsuccessful economic policies of the past 12 years.
If all this sounds familiar, it is. So were many of Mr. Bush's ideas for helping the economy long-term. lowering international trade barriers, improving American education.
The debate that now starts on Capitol Hill will probably sound familiar, too. For all President Bush is asking Congress to avoid partisan politics, it is an election year. Mary Tillotson, CNN, the White House.
Across the U.S., millions of taxpayers tuned in tonight to hear answers to painful domestic problems, but many found themselves choking on political rhetoric, void of any real solutions.
What I heard primarily was situation normal. There's still going to be a lot of partisan politics going on, and I don't see any immediate changes on the horizon unless there is some rapid shift or major shift in the political environment in Washington.
I think the president talked a lot about staying the course, status quo, pass my bills, and really did not address anything new. His problem is that for the past 4 years and 8 years of the Reagan era, the policies have proven to be bankrupt. And he's not Ronald Reagan, and he can't make the public feel good about what he says.
Other people polled shortly after the president's speech gave their views of his performance. In a CNN USA Today Gallup poll, 38% of the people surveyed said they are more likely to vote for Mr. Bush because of his speech. 50% said the speech didn't make much of a difference. When asked whether they thought the economic program presented by Mr. Bush will pull the country out of the recession, the response was evenly split. 47% said it will. The same number said it probably will not. The poll has a margin of error of plus or minus 5 percentage points. We will have more results from the survey and the president's speech in reaction to it at the bottom of the hour on Inside Politics 92. A tape that may or may not have Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton's voice making disparaging remarks about New York Governor Mario Cuomo is causing confusion and friction for Clinton's presidential campaign. It all started yesterday when Jennifer Flowers called her news conference to say she had been Clinton's lover. At that time, Flowers played audio tape she said she recorded of her conversations with Clinton. On one tape, the voice, she says, is Clinton's, is heard making remarks about New York Governor Mario Cuomo and the mafia. The Associated Press is reporting aides of Clinton confirmed that Clinton made the statements. Clinton says he does not remember making the comments and says he has not heard the tapes. But Clinton says, just in case he did make the remarks, he is apologizing to Cuomo. On the tape made by Flowers, she says she and Clinton were talking about Cuomo getting into the presidential race.
Most people think, you know, that except for Cuomo, I'm doing the best right now. And we're leading in the polls in Florida without Cuomo in there. But Cuomo's got 87% name recognition, and I have 54%. So, I mean, they're at a terrible disadvantage in name recognition still, but we're coming up. And so I think we're moving pretty well. I'm really pleased about it.
Well, I don't particularly care for Cuomo's demeanor.
Boy, he is so aggressive.
Well, he seems like he could get real mean.
Mean something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have some mafioso major connections.
Well, he acts like one.
Yeah.
When Cuomo first heard about the comments, he refused to accept Clinton's apology.
Because if you say it this casually about Italian Americans, what do you say about blacks? What do you say about Jews? What do you say about women? What do you say about those poor people?
Cuomo later said it is time to put the matter behind and get on the real issues of the campaign. Well, for nearly 30 years, they have been stored away, misplaced, forgotten by many. Now, the city of Dallas wants the world to know what's in them. And by the end of the week, the world may begin hearing the horrors of Jeffrey Dahmer. That and more next on Newsnight.
Mommy, what are you doing?
Well, sweetie, where Mommy works, some people are losing their jobs.
Eric's dad lost his job and they had to move.
This is our home, sweetie, and nothing's going to make us move. That's why Mommy's starting her own business. Does that scare you?
No, are you scared?
No. Are you?
No, are you?
No.
Konica knows to keep a business running smoothly, you need teamwork, timing, and communication.